Welcome to Career Insights. The Career Insight series features local industry professionals engaged in conversation with students and recent graduates about career planning and job opportunities in Polk County, Florida.
Hi, I'm Patty Gander. I'm the facilitator of today's session. We're really happy to have everybody on board, all of the high schools, as well as all of our presenters today to kick off Manufacturing Month. I actually believe it should be Manufacturing Year, but we get a month. I've been in manufacturing for more years than I care to count. And so I'm very passionate about manufacturing. I tell everybody I started in manufacturing when I was 5 because my father worked in maintenance and I used to go with him to the manufacturing facilities on the weekend. So I love manufacturing. I'm passionate about manufacturing, and I don't understand why everybody else doesn't want to work in manufacturing like I do. We have a number of manufacturers. What I'll be doing is introducing the manufacturers, and they are going to tell you why manufacturing is great and why their specific company is great as well. So we'll go ahead and start off with Erin, Bradley, or Francie on.
Good morning, everyone. And I'm Francie, and I'm in the HR department. I have Bradley with me. He's EHS manager. That's us there. Just a little bit about Pepperidge Farm. Was founded in 1937 by Margaret Rutkin. She started baking bread for her son at her home. Rutkin began a small business out of her kitchen, selling Pepperidge Farm bread named for her family's farm in Fairfield, Connecticut. The company's headquarters remains in Norwalk at the same site where it all started, Norwalk, Connecticut, and our corporate headquarters is in Camden, New Jersey. Pepperidge Farm Goldfish Cracker was first introduced in 1962. They're based on a popular Swiss snack that Rutkin discovered when she was on a trip to Switzerland. In 1961, the company's founder decided to sell Pepperidge Farm to Campbell's Soup. Goldfish Snacks Crackers went into space aboard the Space Shuttle Discovery in 1988. Pepperidge Farm added the smile to its Goldfish Crackers in 97, making it the snack that smiles back. Also, Pepperidge Farm bakes nearly 100 different snacks, including 29 varieties of goldfish and then 65 varieties of cookies. The company's products are baked with no added artificial flavors or preservatives. And Americans enjoy about 151 billion goldfish each year, if strung from head to tail, that could reach around the world by nearly 60 times.
All right, so just a little bit about our facility here in Lakeland. We are located off of Interstate Drive and I-4. You'll see a Campbell Snacks sign on our building and out front by I-4. Got about 300 plus employees. We have 4 manufacturing lines or production lines. So we do bread, buns, and then we do a cracker line also. These are some of our products here at this site. Again, like Francie said, we have different manufacturing sites throughout the country, but these are the main products that we do here at this facility. Our facility has been here for 35 years this month in Lakeland. We used to be one of the largest employers in Lakeland. Until Publix started growing a little bit more. Just an idea of how the process works. So for the baking process for bread and rolls, we start off in a mix. It's about a 2,500 pound batch of dough. It goes from that into what is called a rounding and molding process. So the dough balls are cut and then they're rounded. After it gets rounded and molded, then it goes into a pan and then goes into an oven. Just depending on, proofs and then bakes. So depending on that, we basically go from the baking process to a bagging process. So slices, bags, after it's cooled. This is what the crackers look like. It comes off a thing called a laminator. So it'll pull the dough away from the laminator. It goes down what we call a tunnel oven, which is about 120 feet long. It's in that oven for about 3 or 4 minutes. This is our distribution footprint. So Saddle Creek talked a little bit about their process. We distribute with our independent distributors all over the Southeast and over into Texas and almost up into Virginia. So we have a distribution center in Georgia, and then we've got our footprint just for our location, and then the other locations go throughout the rest of the country.
So then our values, Campbell's is very instill these values to us. We have these 5 C's for Campbell's. We care for each other, our consumers and our customers. Our character, we act with integrity and transparency. Collaboration, we believe in inclusive and diverse teams, build trust and lead to better results. Competitiveness, we're growth-minded, take bold actions, move fast, and play to win. And creativity, we innovate and find solutions to continuously improve. For our positions, we hire for production helpers, electromechanics, maintenance mechanics, quality assurance, engineers, production managers, plant managers. We have positions that we've hired for finance. So there's all types of positions from entry level to the top. We also do committees for our employees. For example, we have emergency response team that our safety team handle. They train them for all of our shifts. We are a 24/7 operation, so each shift has an ERT team. We also do an employee engagement committee just to do activities. For example, this weekend we have the cancer walk on Saturday, so we'll have a team put together and walk, and then we have other committees. So we look for individuals that are capable of keeping the equipment functioning safely, properly, and efficiently. Someone that's a problem solver, good with their hands and mind, willing to learn. We've had people here since this plant opened 35 years ago, still here today, that started at an entry level and are either supervisors, managers, and even in our scheduling department. These are some team focus that we do with our community. We have a safety committee, a risk assessment team, an ergonomics team. We do a lot of volunteer. With COVID, we were stuck. All we could do is just do donations, but we're starting up again to where we can go to these facilities and help. We work with United Way. We go to Visti, Agape. We help our local schools. And then some CI cost teams that we have, 5S teams, focus teams. And this is our plant. Again, as Bradley had mentioned, this month we're celebrating our 35-year anniversary for being here at the Lakeland plant.
Thank you. Goldfish are my favorite snack, and I'm glad to contribute to that 151 billion in sales. So next up is Johan with JBT Corp.
So JBT Corporation, we're located in Lakeland in between 92 and Main Street on a short little strip called Fairway Avenue. We've been here in Lakeland since the 1930s, and the plant started up as a manufacturing plant for FMC Corporation to build military vehicles for the United States Navy to use in the Pacific Ring during World War II. And from then the plant was transferred as part of FMC's portfolio to build the citrus extractors for the citrus industry that was starting to take off. And FMC had developed a patented system to extract orange juice from all of the oranges that we had in Florida. From there, the company's changed name, and we are now JBT Corporation since 2008. We're still located on the same site, but 8 years ago, we built a brand new facility. So a new office, a new manufacturing shop, and part of that strategy was to bring in work from other JBT locations in the Americas, but also from Europe, and transfer technology to Lakeland and utilize the then state-of-the-art manufacturing shop that we were building to diversify for some of the citrus industry that is fairly stagnated, but it's still a good source of revenue for our corporation, as we own about 75% of the market with installed equipments that are squeezing oranges. So we operate globally. We have 2 divisions, one food and beverage division, and then we have one aerotech division in JBT. Aerotech division is located in Orlando, so not far away. And we have multiple manufacturing sales offices for our different equipment product lines throughout the United States and throughout the world. And here's a picture of our facility, as you can see, when it was fully built, and we're still demolishing the front office 7 years ago. So I'm going to show a little bit of our capabilities and what we do in our manufacturing plant here in Lakeland. Probably not going to take the full 10 minutes, but hopefully excite some of the students to see what type of manufacturing we're doing here in Lakeland at JBT, what equipment we have, and what careers there might be. So we have about 100,000 square feet of manufacturing warehouse space here in Lakeland, and about 80,000 square feet of office and pilot plant space. In our manufacturing production shop, we have machining, fabricating, welding, finishing, and quality control. And like I said before, we're not only building equipment and fabricating spare parts for the citrus industry anymore. We're also manufacturing equipment everywhere from fabricating and machining to final assembly in the bakery industry, for the fresh produce markets. A lot of the equipment that, if you go to the stores and you see a lot of the fresh produce is now cut and pre-packed in bags, we produce equipment that does that. And of course, the beverage footprint is still huge, and we play in all segments of machinery and equipment where you take some kind of fruit and you turn it into juice or puree. But in the shop, we have a laser cutter. It's kind of where it all starts with sheet metal. We are in the process to upgrade this one. We've had it for 7 years now, and it's time to do a little bit bigger and better and faster as part of the capital investment to continue to grow. To support the sheet metal, we have 2 press brakes, True Bend 5320 and a True Bend 3120. We also have a manual press brake, but of course the Trumps machines are the ones we're using on 2 shifts today. We also have a web roller to roll tank shells. And this is a segment that is a very competitive segment. There's a lot of manufacturers that are rolling tanks. We have one of the larger businesses called A&B Process Systems in Wisconsin. They're our sister company, and we are partnering with them to grow our capabilities in Lakeland to roll tanks for the Southeast region, so transportation, and make it a little bit more localized for food and beverage processors and pharmaceutical processors in the Southeast. Further, we have a Masak VTC 250D CNC vertical machining center and a Haas vertical machining center. We also have a Haas Super Mini Mill vertical machining center, and we're looking into potentially invest in a horizontal machining center. We have 2 turning centers by Masak, and I'm not going to show it here, but we also have a few of the manual lathe. So we do have a lot of manual in our machine shop still today. We have the gun drill, and we have a JBT Model 3 cam grinder. And this is a piece of equipment that we designed and manufacture ourselves in Brazil that is grinding a patented cam that goes into one of the equipment that's part of our core product portfolio for our customers. Further, we have 10 welders, including an orbital welder, and of course, in quality control, we use a CMM as well as optical comparator. In terms of careers with JBT, linked to our manufacturing and our shop, we are always looking for machine operators, warehouse clerks, production engineers, welders, CNC programmers, and people that are interested in continuous improvement. Some of the other companies, we're talking a lot of continuous improvement, and that is what we do every day, from small just do it to larger Kaizen events. And then, of course, with manufacturing too, what we have seen is a lot of people that eventually or start in field service and then move into manufacturing here in-house at the facility, or vice versa, as part of customer care team. Because as we put equipment out in the field, they always need to be maintained, and There's been a lot of food and beverage presentations here. So JBT is one out of the market leaders to provide equipment to produce food and beverage. And that is really all I have. I have a few slides to show some of the parts that we can produce in our shop, but these are just some examples of parts that we are lasering, forming and turning and milling. And here's some of the welded parts. So short and sweet.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I've had the pleasure of being in your facility.
Yep.
And it's a great facility. I've also had the pleasure of being in the Orlando facility, and that one's pretty awesome as well. So, like I said in the beginning, or I may not have said it, manufacturing has some cool toys, and JBT definitely has some cool toys in their facility. I want to thank you very much, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week and a wonderful manufacturing month.